everybody, this is Daniel, and today I'm in Nara, Japan, and we're going to be checking out some ancient temples, and also of course those random little deer that bow and ask for those little deer crackers. But the first stop is Kōfuku-ji temple, and then we'll be checking out Tōdai-ji temple. They're both Buddhist as far as I know. So Japan has Buddhist temples and Shinto shrines, so they all have slightly different architecture styles, but they kind of share a lot of similarities too. So and these are ancient. So Tōdai-ji is from like 752. Yeah, not 1752, 752. And it houses one of the largest bronze Buddha statues in Japan. And up until recently, Tōdai-ji used to be the largest wooden structure in the world. So it's massive. So first step over here, we got Kōfuku-ji, which is on this side. So we'll just go ahead and cross the street, and we'll go ahead and check it out. And you can see the little deer warning sign right there too. So we'll probably encounter them. And I'm with my mom and my Aunt Michelle. It's gonna be a good day. And then maybe if we can find it, some soba, because I've been craving that. I haven't had it in Japan yet, and it's quite abundant here in the south. So yeah. First things first, you gotta cross the street. This whole area is like covered in deer, especially in like the park areas, and sometimes they actually spill over on the sidewalks and just kind of like roam around, and no one seems to bother them, and they don't seem to really bother very many people. So well, you can see them just all scattered in the park. So if you want to buy the deer feed, it's 200 yen for some crackers, and and you can feed them. But I don't know where you buy them. That's the thing.
Right there.
Oh, okay, good.
I'm going for it.
All right. So I will film you guys feeding the deer.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually a nice day. The sun is out, which is great, but it's in the 40s though, so the sun feels just absolutely fantastic. All right, let's go. You got three of the little buggas over there.
Oh, they're huge.
Yeah, they're full size. I mean, you should get the crackers before you go over there, or they'll kind of bother you. Yeah. Yep, they will bother you. Now you can go like this. You can go arigato.
Arigato gozaimasu.
Will it bow? Come on.
Okay, I'm going to get my food. You're going to buy my food.
They're supposed to bow, but I guess that one doesn't want to. I don't know. There's a couple more over here. Or they might just wait until you actually have the crackers or something. They'll be quite aggressive, so just heads up.
Yeah, they worry about the
We're just roaming.
Jennifer, do you have 200?
I have a 500
I
coin.
have a 5 as well.
Yeah, just might as well do a 5.
Oh.
Hey guys. So yeah.
That's a 1. That's a 10.
They're just chilling.
Here. I have it.
Yeah, so this is a thing, obviously. So be prepared for it. And it looks like they get pretty pushy once you actually buy the crackers. They're just like following you around. And this is the lady where you buy them from, I suppose.
This is scary.
Good luck.
Are you gonna take a picture of me?
Yeah.
Okay, I will. Okay. feed them. They're hungry.
Aggressive deer action. Yeah. Anyways, it's up to you. They don't really seem to bother you like too much unless you have food. So if you buy the food, they're gonna be friendlier. And then, you know, if you don't, I just kind of walk by. Not really a big deal. So there's a little small park over here that we're gonna get away from, and we're gonna go check out Kōfuku-ji and the giant pagoda. I think it's a 5-story pagoda. Should be pretty cool. All right. Yeah. What I find interesting about Nara is it's basically at the foot of like some small mountains, and it's very like wooded, and it got pine trees, and it's a pretty cool vibe. It's not my first time here, but last time was so long ago I basically forgot. So this is all pretty new to me. This is the 5-story pagoda, or 5-level rather. And then the main hall over here, I think. So it looks like we can go inside this one. Yeah. And then of course in the surrounding areas there's just like a bunch of things to see, but today we're gonna focus on this one, Kōfuku-ji, and then Tōdai-ji, which is over there, which is one of my favorites. Oh, it's nippy. As soon as that wind hits. So yeah, massive. There's like all sorts of stuff over here. Looks like there's a school trip happening over there. And in the fashion of a lot of Japanese temples and shrines, there's all these like stones. So make sure you got the right footwear or you're gonna be a little uncomfortable. And then I guess if you get the ticket, you might be able to go inside, or oh no, they're surveying, so these are engineers. They're not tourists. So I wonder if they're trying to figure out if it's like leaning or something, but let's see what they got over here. Let's get a better angle on this. Oh, they're actually doing some repairs or something up there. Wow, look at this thing, and it's wood, which is just incredible. I mean, my gosh. Yeah, super impressive. And like most of the temples here sit on a pretty large pieces of land, so everything has a very like grand and almost like an awe-inspiring kind of feel, you know. Actually, this entire complex is Kōfuku-ji, and then over there I think it might be the museum over there. So yeah, a lot of stuff to check out. I really like this pagoda. I mean, I can't believe it's wood. I mean, you look at like just the structure itself is pretty amazing. Hello, buddy. So the deer are just gonna be everywhere. Well, there it is right there. It's pretty incredible. Yeah, this is definitely worth a trip. I know Kyoto gets a lot of hype, but also a lot of tourists. It's very crowded, and yeah, if you want something a little bit more chill, you know, Roman, just kind of enjoying yourself, a lot of nature, I think Nara is definitely going to tick those boxes. You know, just big spaces, just, you know, it just vibes well. So definitely a different feel than Kyoto, and it's just maybe 30-40 minutes from Kyoto. So if you're staying in Kyoto for an extended period, you might be able to hit both. We came from Osaka, so it was about 30-35 minutes from Osaka to here. So it's kind of like a triangle. You got Osaka, Kyoto, and Nara. So it's like there's a field trip going on here. We're just heading over. We're actually thinking about doing some soba, which I think I mentioned earlier. So we're in the search for one, but a lot of the places that don't have times listed on Google in Japan tend to have very, very odd hours. So hopefully they're open. I mean, it's kind of the risk, but we'll go ahead and walk over there and see what happens. It's just kind of like a little travel life action. And there's still like some reds on the trees and things like that here, so that was a nice feel. Super peaceful. You know, deers roaming around too were kind of nice. I don't like this already. So yeah, obviously the deer are a major attraction. It's just a beautiful walk though. Can't really complain. Got some nice colors on the trees. It's really nice. Looks like there's like a tour group or something coming up here. Pretty crowded. You know, this is just Nara Park on the right here. So if you want to hang out in there, you can. Yeah, it's a little bit of a walk from Kōfuku-ji to Tōdai-ji. From Nara Park, it's about 1 kilometer. So from the actual train station, we came up the Kintetsu Nara exit on the Kintetsu line. So that will probably be, I don't know, like 2 kilometers maybe. So be prepared for a stroll, or you can take a bus or whatever too. So there's a lot of options, but there's stuff to see on the way to Tōdai-ji. So I feel like a walk is better. And it's pretty too, so. And the sun's out right now, so like the smells right now remind me of being in the mountains of California. It's like pine, it's like heavy pine smell and like that crisp air. It's pretty cool. Some snacks, those are your favorite. It looks like there's got to be stuff in here, but yeah, we'll just go roam. Go check it out. Oh, this is the actual entrance. Okay. So we just randomly found the entrance by following food. Oh, look at this deer. It's just chilling over here. So crazy. There's a lot of little stuff here. There's something over there. And And actually in front of us looks like there's like a bento lunch and all sorts of stuff. I mean, I think odds are everything's just gonna be slightly tourist leading as we're right in front of the temple, but whatever you want, I think we can just go and eat something quick. Alright, looking good. Ask for bathroom. Do you have toilet?
No.
Okay. Do you want to just go first and we'll sit? Oh my god, it's 80 degrees in here.
No, I was just that's the theater. Do we want to sit here?
I'm just gonna peel everything off.
Okay.
Or maybe closer to the doors a little?
No, I felt that.
You want to just sit next to here? It'll look cooler. Yeah. It's a cool setting. The sets here, udon tempura, udon and rice bowl with tempura. We're kind of feeling the drink and dessert set with rice and pickles set. So then it becomes like about 2,000 yen or so. It looks pretty good. Okay, I'll do that. Alright, looks like the set came.
Any dipping sauce for my...
Oh yeah, that's weird.
I think
Maybe
it's coming.
they don't do it?
Or it's
For the table as well.
That's some chili.
Chili.
Yeah, got some pickles and rice and udon and tempura. And then this, I'm not sure what it is. I think it's salt or something. I could be wrong. So, boom. It looks pretty good.
So they probably just failed.
That's a fish cake?
Finished our meal, we got some coffee, I got iced coffee, and then I don't know what this is, so we'll have to see. I'm thinking like some kind of mochi, or perhaps, I think it's like a fruit mochi or something. Wow, look at this, it's like super gooey and... It was a surprisingly good little lunch break there. I had the udon and the soup was good. The tempura was slightly on the thick batter side, but very tasty nonetheless. And the dessert was great. I don't even know what it is yet, some kind of custardy thing and mochi, and that was good. All right, now we're on our way to the temples. This way, I think. All right, we on the road to Tōdai-ji. So just a recap before we kind of head up there. Oh, Jesus, actually, sorry I got interrupted by whatever this is. This is beautiful. Look at this. My gosh. My gosh. Wow. Yeah, this is my first time in Japan actually with the leaves changing colors, and you know I grew up in Southern California, so I don't have this experience. So this is really, really cool. You see the little tip of the gate right there in the background. So that's where we're going. We're gonna head through here and then up. And of course there's deer. There is deer everywhere in this place. Tōdai-ji Nandaimon Gate. The Great South Gate. That was a weird deer noise. That's a weird deer noise. But anyways. Nandaimon Gate. Excuse me. It's like, just all in my way. Just kidding. Anyways. There it is. Also a very large and ancient wood structure. I mean, but just look at the size of this. Let me just hold the GoPro out here. I mean, there's just the sheer magnitude of the space in Japan like this is something very rare to behold. Because of course, land's a premium on this island, so to have such a large space is rare. It's very refreshing. Boom. Look at that. This is awesome. I mean, It's just big. It's so big. Like, after seeing like Sensoji and a couple of other shrines in Kyoto, I mean, it's just massive. Look at the scale of the individuals in front of me and how big this wooden structure actually is. It's super impressive. And I actually like that they didn't like super restore it yet. They just kind of let time take over a tad, so you can at least see how old it is. Because when you're at Sensoji in Tokyo, it's all repainted, so it actually doesn't feel, you know, it doesn't feel as old as it actually is. And of course, some parts of it were rebuilt after World War II. So these are the guardians. Kind of see them on either side. No one taking pictures. Let's get in here. That's wicked. Look at the structure. Super crazy. This is like a single, just massive tree trunk. Wow, it's incredible. Lighting's a bit tough for this guardian here, but yeah, you can't really see it that well, fortunately. But they're also wood carved. See if I can get the little feet in here. Or I don't know if they're wood actually. I'm not sure. They appear to be wood, but this is nuts. Look at that. Rah. It's incredible. So cool. I guess my mom and my aunt are just busy with the deer. So yeah. I mean, it's impressive to see a structure of this magnitude in general, but this thing is wood, mind you. Like, it's just nuts. Like the engineering or whatever they did to make this thing stand for as long as it has. It's crazy. So like, I don't think these were actually damaged or, you know, repaired or, you know, recently. So they're pretty much, they appear pretty much as they were, I'm guessing, like super old. I mean, I think they were red before. You can kind of see some of the paint deteriorating, but yeah, super impressive. And just massive, like the deer are just rolling through. That's super funny. And then you gotta look down a bit when you walk though, be careful. And this is the main site over there. That's the temple. That's what I'm all about. It's gonna be epic. Hey, look at this guy. Oh, this looks cool. So even as we're walking up to the actual Tōdai-ji temple itself, I mean, the gate's right there. It looks even better on this side with all the trees, and it looks great. So basically walking up, there's a lot of field trip action going on right now. A lot of students. It's going to be easier on your feet if you stay in this middle path right here. And then it's another gate actually, so this is the second gate. And then this is actually the main temple complex, so behind the gate is the main temple. So it's like, I don't know, I mean, it's it's so interesting because I mean this thing was conceived what, like 1200 years ago? Like to just lay this out and build it, and back then it's just, I mean, it's really incredible. All right, they're kind of doing masks on, I guess, but take it off really quick here. So we just bought the ticket. It's 600 yen for just the Buddha inside. We skipped the museum, which is 1,000 yen. But look at the sheer scale of this. I mean, it's literally mind-blowing. I mean, just look at the people, and then it's insane. It's just insane. We're gonna go up there. I can't wait. I think this is one of my favorite things to see in Japan. Yeah, and I've been here before, but you know, first time for you guys. So the entrance is over here, and we're gonna walk through and then around and then inside. Ooh. There it is, y'all. There it is. It's so massive. I mean, this is like the most impressive thing I've seen. One of them on my travels. It's just insanely huge. I mean, look at that. I'm gonna walk up to it so you guys can get like a better idea of the scale. Because the GoPro is gonna kind of warp it. Not like warp it, but it's gonna make it seem a little smaller. But you can see the people right here, and then I mean, it's insane how they built this thing so long ago. This is absolutely incredible. Look at this. Just look at this. Holy shit. Just look at how the joints are developed, and it's like, it's nuts. This is made of wood. Look at that. Jesus. This is like this is like me doing some like balsa wood bridge project in middle school. Like, but this thing is seriously load bearing, and it's just, wow. It's crazy. I'm not sure what's happening here, but I'll have a look-see. There's kind of a view of the grounds. I was saying earlier, Kyoto gets a lot of fanfare, but I like Nara a lot more. But it's kind of a hard sell, right? Like, yeah, coming to Japan for the first time for a few weeks, don't go to Kyoto, right? But I would try to hit them both, because Kyoto's a mess. So many people there, and yeah. And I think today's really crowded because of all the school field trips, but that's one giant group. So you've removed the school field trips, and I mean, there would not be a lot of people here. It's crazy. Yeah. All right, we're going inside. Oh, I might have to pop my mask on actually. Just it's a little tough to see. I'm trying to get a different angle here. There it is right there. There's a lot of school field trip action happening. It's a little tough to see. It's a little bright in front of the doors here, but it's a little tough to see, but I think this is one of the temples in Japan and of the very few I've been to in the world that you actually have to come here, because the pictures don't do it justice, nor do they capture the sheer scale. I mean, you can't even, unless you have like a wide angle, like it's hard to even capture the whole thing, and then when you do capture the whole thing in a picture, it's like distorted a little bit and doesn't actually have the massive effect that it's supposed to have, like the appeal and, you know, like the grandeur. So I mean, just look at the hallway that I'm in. It's insane. It's insanely massive. Super cool. It was just like, there's that feeling as you're looking up at that giant bronze Buddha in there, and it's just like that same calming feeling that everything's right in the world. The same thing I felt at Wat Phra Sing in Chiang Mai. There's actually a video about that, but very much the same. So it's kind of interesting. Maybe it's a Buddhist thing. I don't know. Like, I'm not particularly Buddhist or anything really, but when I was at the Shinto shrines here, I didn't really feel anything. But I've also been to Buddhist temples where I don't feel anything either. So I'm sure it's not happening at every one, but this one for sure. Something about it. I think there's a field trip going on behind me. But yeah, you need to check this out. Kyoto, yeah, sure. This must. This is impressive. I mean, this blows away anything in Kyoto as far as I'm concerned. And I think Kyoto's a little commercialized at this point, and you know, like when your grandparents start rolling into Kyoto, like, oh, it's cool, then, you know, I think it's kind of done. Nara is still slightly off the beaten path. Slightly. Very slightly. The sun's out now. Oh, I feel good. I feel good. And there is an insane amount of school field trips. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on, but super beautiful. And then I think that gold thing is actually the top of the pagoda that is now collapsed. Because if you remember, there was actually 2 pagodas on either side originally as well. So this thing at that time must have just been like insanely impressive. I mean, just rolling in 1,000 years ago, checking this out, like, holy crap. I mean, it was insane at that time when religion was so like omnipresent and everything was like, it's a lot different than now, you know. Now it's just insanely beautiful because of like the architecture, but could you imagine the feeling you would get at that time, also rooted in your religion, like, in that you were likely deeply devoted to, you know. So it's kind of nuts, definitely nuts. So, well, this is it. Clouds are amazing, and wow, yeah, this is a must-see. So thank you for joining me, watching the whole video if you made it to this point, which is great, actually helps me a lot. And I will see you in the next video.